skill set in the world is. And not only the most profitable, but the most powerful, right? If you look at situations, and again, I said this the other day, and I'll say it again, but there's been situations like the Holocaust, right? To where this crazy son of a bitch got into power, right? How did he get into power? There was already somebody that was in power. And they were doing a better job than he did, not by a little, but by a long shot, right? And I just had the pleasure to be able to go over to Amsterdam. And it wasn't me really that wanted to go. I mean, I wanted to go, but my daughter has an interest in that stuff. So it was really cool. And it was totally, you want to talk about moving. We were standing in the freaking Anne Frank house. This is a book that the majority of us have all read. I was standing with my daughter. Now, if you want to talk about living your dreams, right? In the Anne Frank house, in the room that she lived in for however long that she lived in, right? And I was able, through the power of this business, through the power of what I'm going to teach you right now, to be able to do that. But if you look back at a guy like Hitler, right, and it just kind of makes you cringe even to say that name. How did he become so powerful? How? Leadership. Leadership. How does some of these icons over the course of the last century in America and all around the world. And it's really, if you look back in history, and of course I'm not the guy to go and give you a big history lesson, because I told you I dropped out in 9th grade, so I don't really know as much as some of you know about history, but I can tell you that there's one thing that will make you more money. There's one thing that will allow you to have more of an impact. There's one thing that will allow you to influence more people and have more of an impact, not only on large groups of people, but also on individuals. And that's leadership. Okay? A lot of times we throw this word around, leader, right? All right, leaders, come on, up on stage, leaders. But don't you ever really, and be honest, ask yourself the question of, what's a leader? What really is a leader? What really is a leader, right? Because it's a term that's thrown around in this business, in this industry, and it has been for as long as I've been involved in it. You guys too? I mean, leader this, leader that. But the question is what really makes up a leader? And I think that a lot of times we come under this maybe, misunderstanding that it's a certain look or it's a certain sound. Guys, I know leaders who don't want to speak on stage. I know leaders who can't write a line of copy. I know leaders who, don't have a lot of the skill sets that a lot of the general media would think that you would have to have. But it's not the case at all. And I can tell you that over the last couple of years, this has become my passion. This has become my obsession, right? Is to find out, what does it really take? Why have we really succeeded? And wouldn't you like to know that? Wouldn't you like to know why really, as you're sitting in the audience right now, and there's somebody in here who's at their first event. If you're at your very first event, stand up. There's somebody here that may just be your next Tony Rush, your next Vic, your next Tracy Walker, your next Dave Wood, your next Chris Doherty or Nicole Cooper or Justin or Troy or your next leader, and they need you to be a leader for them, right? But how do you really become a leader? What are the principles? Because I'm going to tell you something, guys. A lot of people look at me and they say, and for some reason, I've become a decent copywriter, right? And some people are like, oh, Dave Sharp, good copywriter. Let me let you in on a little secret here, okay? I'll just plug what will make you a great copywriter, because there's no doubt that becoming a copywriter, being able to influence and communicate through the written word will no doubt multiply your income, right? But do you want to know what my secret is? Seriously, do you want to know what my secret is? I write like I talk.
Yes, sir.
I write like I talk. And if you learn to write like you talk, if you learn, and this is the very first element or principle, I think. Go ahead and put the slides up. This feels weird just to even have slides. I'm serious. Just to eat, it looks weird, I know. All right, next. Now listen. Some of you have gone through, and I'm gonna really, you might want to get your pencil out if you haven't. If you don't worry about it, right? Because I want you to hear what I'm saying. But write this down. Be yourself, right? Be yourself. In copywriting, just the same as it is when you're leading a group of people, and there are some people in here, and I got to remind you, I got to also make sure that I don't fall off the stage. So occasionally I can look down. That would be funny. But I would recover somehow. You know what I'm saying? I'd land like this. But guys, yeah, I always see you. Dude, we had a blast down in Miami, man. Dude, I'm not even gonna go there, right? But listen, you never know you never know who you're gonna run into. Maybe there's somebody that's in the audience who owns a strip club or something. And you never know what type of marketing lessons you can learn from the person that's sitting next to you. Maybe he or she does own a strip club, and maybe that they can give you some insight into the upsell funnel that happens in there.
No, sir.
My fiance is just like, oh God.
Oh my goodness.
You know, the funny thing is the look on my daughter and my fiance, and I like saying that, damn it, my fiance. Everybody's like, okay, so when's the date? I'm like, one day at a time. I mean, give me a break. Can't wait to marry you though, baby. I know. I gotta keep my skills sharp, I gotta keep my skills sharp. Sharp, no pun intended. Didn't even notice that. How'd you like woods? Did you notice that? Did you notice that? The wood, look, that was hilarious. So, with copy, just like it is when you're leading a group of people, and there are some people in here who lead big groups of people, and then they come here in this business and they go, what do I do? This is no different than what you've been doing when you've been successful in other areas of your life. Look, here's what I learned, okay? Is that I'm good at about two things, okay? I'm good at about two things. One of them is what I'm teaching you on right now, okay? Another is, and I'll just let you wonder what that is, okay? Now get your mind out of the gutter. It has nothing to do with that. I'm serious. What are they talking about? I'm serious. It has. You guys are bad. Okay. It must be the Mile High thing or something. But guys, so guys, listen. A lot of you have all of these skill sets. Maybe you're a good parent. Maybe you're really good with your kids, right? Well, that skill set can be applied here, right? Maybe you use the motherly energy, right? That feminine energy that we need as men, or else we'd be ridiculously off the wall and just, nuts, right? We just need that, right? And some of you discount that because you see somebody else and you think that you need to be like them. No, you need to be like you, right? You need to be like you. The world needs one of you, and there's only one of you, so why are you not embracing that, right? What does being yourself really entail, though? Being yourself really entails doing some inside work. A lot of people think that, and if you look at a video of me, just making sure, if my shoes come untied, would you tell me, Nicole, please? Just so I don't trip. That would be a funny video, wouldn't it? Dave Sharp flies, I could just see the headline now. Dave Sharp flies off stage in front of 5,000.